Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. So today I'm going to be filming a tips for commuters in college video. I am a commuter and in my second year of college, and I know there's a lot of videos on YouTube about, moving away to college, getting into your dorm and all that fun stuff, but I don't feel like there's a lot of videos for commuters, and since I don't live on campus, I've never lived in a dorm like that, I really can't give any advice or tips for that stuff, but I can give you advice for commuters and give you some help on adjusting into college life when living at home. I'm personally living at home, so I can give you advice for that, but also if you just aren't living on campus during your first years of college. The first thing you know is that you are not alone and there are plenty of other people commuting onto campus. For me personally, my college is filled with commuters, and even though a large majority of freshmen do live at the dorms, there are also a lot of people who commute as well. So just know that you are not the only one in this You're not the only one in this position, that there are other people who are going through the same thing you are. So the second thing is that you can actually go to events that are held at housing, and it may feel a little weird. I honestly didn't do this enough, but you can go to housing events. So like they'll have movie nights and events like in the quad. I know this occurred a lot. I honestly don't know how often this happens at other schools, but there's always events and stuff in the like little piazza of the housing centers. So you can still go to those events, meet new people and stuff, especially during the first weeks, and you're always welcome to those events, especially if you find a friend who lives in the housing area. That is also another one tip. If you find friends with someone who lives in the dorms, then it's really easy to go to those events and get to know more people, even if you aren't living on the dorms. And you could also be that home for people who are away from home and want to come to a nice house or apartment or wherever you're living, because their dorm honestly is probably going to get really stuffy and crowded, and they might get tired of your roommate. So it's always a nice place for them to come to your house and for you to get away to the dorms. So the next thing I recommend doing as a commuter is spending as much time on campus as possible, especially during your first year. I know, especially when you're a commuter, you don't want to come to school very often because of the distance you may have to take together, or school's kind of just a thing on the side that you're doing. But if you really want to feel part of the community and part of the campus, spend as much time at school as possible. This means taking advantage of your student union, the library, joining clubs. Just being on campus in any way possible will help you feel more connected to your school. So kind of going off what I was saying, joining clubs, join as many clubs as you would like. I am personally involved with 2, but heavily involved with 1 right now. And I think this is really great for meeting fellow commuters, because I have found that a lot of the people I've met through the club are also commuters, and even though some of them may come from further away and that you may not necessarily be able to hang out with them as much because they live further away, you have that connection at schools. Whenever you're on school or on campus, you know that there's people there that you can talk to or hang out with if you want to. My next tip is don't be afraid to sit next to someone on campus. At college campuses, especially at my college, I feel like this is kind of a thing anywhere, is like, it's not weird to be sitting alone on a table or a bench, and it's also not weird to ask if you could sit at that table or bench with someone who's sitting there. Yeah, I feel like in high school this would be a lot weirder if you were like sitting by yourself somewhere, which still shouldn't be weird. Like, there's nothing wrong with sitting by yourself. But there's also nothing wrong with going up and being like, hey, can I take a seat here? And like, just sit down. Maybe talk to that person. Maybe you don't. Either way, it's just someone to sit with, someone to sit next to you. Your first weeks of school may feel very lonely, and there are often commuter clubs on campus. I didn't join one because, I don't know, I didn't feel the need to. But, oh, the other thing you can do is, I know at our school, at our recreation center or the gym, we have classes like spin classes, dance classes, yoga classes. Take advantage of going to those as well. You never know who you're going to meet some friends, run into some classmates. You may start seeing familiar faces around campus of people who are in your class. Always introduce yourself to the people sitting next to you. I don't do that often this semester, but you should definitely do it still. Always get to know people around you. Get to know them. Maybe you won't become friends with them. Maybe you will. Maybe they'll be bridesmaids in your wedding. Maybe you'll never talk to them again. But either way, it's worth just saying hello to, see if you spark a conversation. If you don't, then no big deal. You can sit somewhere else the next day. That's the beauty of college. There's no assigned seating. Someone may get mad at you for sitting in their spot, but you know, you can sit wherever you want. So that's basically it, I think, for my tips. I know there weren't very many, but let me know if you want some more overall college tips, because I can definitely come up with those as well. But these were just a few little commuter tips. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Bye!